Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV, church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina Clovis, special guest. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcast.
A heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers who joined us for this video. If you have not already subscribed, go to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Subscribe and click on the notification bell to be alerted whenever we go live. Join our private Juice community. Go to www.thejuicecommunity.com and sign up for free. Join us, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. We have our Money Monday financial series. It is a lunch and learn program at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. Also on Monday, we have our reality series and hot topics at 7 p.m. Wednesdays, we have Bible study at 7:30 p.m. Thursdays, we have church news at 7:30 p.m. We also offer motivational moments, happy marriage lifestyle, news from a godly perspective, movie reviews, as well as our single moms club, Let's Talk Ex-Millennials, and of course, our Cooking with Clovis. Follow us on our podcast channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show Podcast, streaming on all podcast platforms. A great big thank you to our podcast production company, Noye Podcast Productions. They can help you create your own podcast also. Contact them today at houseofnoye.com. Thank you to our sponsor, Custom Apparel Shop. Have them complete your embroidery work and silk screening needs. Do you need a logo created for your fashion apparel or company? Contact Israel Mason today. That is 786-657-7501. Thank you to our main sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries. Truth and Triumph Ministries, a ministry that cares about telling people the truth so they can triumph in life. Thank you, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all you do.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Listen, we have an update. We have an update on the Travis King story, and we want to share this information with you. You guys, it is being reported that Travis King, the U.S. Armed Military Serviceman, whatever he is he in trouble now. They're saying now that he planned this entire event to defect and go over into North Korea. Reports are stating now that there was a van waiting for Travis, picked him up on the other side as he entered into North Korea. You guys, there is a lot that's going on here. Now, as you all know, if you've been following this story, Travis King was in the Army, and he got into a little bit of trouble over there while in Korea. And he had been detained and been in the military jail for a number of days, I think 40-something days. And so the trouble that he had gotten into was so much so that they were trying to transport him from Korea back to the U.S. To be detained and possibly arrested there. Well, on the journey, as he was at the airport, their reports are stating that the military police took him to the airport and led him to his gate, but they left him at the gate thinking that he would board the plane, and instead, Travis entered and joined a tour group. Now, a lot of people were saying, how could he join a tour group? How could he do that? They were saying that he had to been able to have, you have to come over someone. He had to be able to have some sort of ticket, to be able to get on that. Well, Travis he joined that. Why? Because he already had it planned out. He already had it planned out, you guys. He already had this whole thing planned. Go ahead and tell them the information that you have regarding that while I pull up some videos.
Yeah, the information that I was reading this morning, that he had booked 2 tours. The first one he had missed because he was detained. And then when he got out of detention, he booked the other tour. And I think that tour was supposed to take place the day that they took him to the airport. So that's the reason why he was able to get on the tour bus, because his name was already on the list to take that tour.
So he had this already planned out for a while, even before they took him to this airport. He had this planned out, and his family spoke out, and his family were like, he's grieving, he's going through a lot, let's pray for him, let's bring him back. His cousin, I think it was, or one of the family members, I have a video, the family member were like, his mom is worried, his mom want him back. Travis, I don't think you need to come back. I think you need to just stay where you are. I think you need to stay where you are, Travis. Go ahead. You were going to say something.
Maybe, just stay there. And then when we get some more reports of what's going on over there in North Korea, and if he's really there, or, then we should take some action. But right now, we don't even know what is going on or what the North Koreans are thinking at this moment.
Yeah, because that's a big thing now. Now they would have to go into trying to get negotiations going and spend money and time and all that for somebody who probably wants to stay in Korea. And why are we going to use all our intel and all our money and resources and all that to bring him back if he doesn't want to come back? Because what happens if he gets to America? Then he may want to go back to Korea. Or he may wreak havoc over here because he's upset. Whose life could be in danger because if we bring him back to American soil and he's unhappy? What if he goes down the street, meets somebody, and he's upset and he's angry and he wants to take it out on this innocent American? We have to think about a lot of this stuff. His neighbors, what could set him off?
Right.
Here's a video. Let's run this video real quick here.
The U.S. Army private set off a diplomatic crisis when he dashed across South Korea's border with North Korea Tuesday.
I noticed this guy running very fast, sort of in a line towards the North Korean side.
Sarah Leslie from New Zealand said she was on a guided tour of the demilitarized zone that King joined.
My initial thought was like, oh my God, he's obviously doing that as a TikTok stunt, and that's the stupidest thing you could ever do.
Sarah showed us this picture she said she took minutes before King dashed across the DMZ, evading more than a dozen South Korean and American soldiers, she said. King can be seen here, she said, in the black hat and shirt.
Okay, so let's talk about that real quick. They're saying that, he was there. Now, a lot of people were saying, how in the world did he get to be able to get on this tour? How was he able to get on this tour? Well, the reason why he was able to get on that tour is because he had planned it in advance. So he purchased a ticket. He purchased 2 tickets, allegedly, they're saying. The first ticket he allegedly purchased, he was not able to get to the place. So he knew they were going to be maybe taking him in this area, or he knew he had a plan to get to that area. So he's planning this out this whole time. And the first ticket, he wasn't able to get there, allegedly. And the second one is when he knew he was going to be transported to the airport. So his alleged plan was, I'm going to get away from these military police somehow, and I'm going to get over here. Now, there are allegations and stories, news articles are reporting that he allegedly told the military police that he lost his passport. Now, I don't know what that plays into it, but I read an article this morning that says he allegedly lost his passport. So, again, he planned this entire stunt.
Yeah. When they took him, the escort took him to the airport, they should have never left him there until till they saw, went with him on, make sure he took a seat in the plane. Because what I read was that they took him to the customs, and then when he got to the gate, he texted them and said, "I'm here at the gate." He took texted the persons that brought him to the airport. I said, "I'm at the gate and I'm waiting." But the next day, when he never showed up to his assignment in Fort Bliss, the commanders there saying, he never showed up. So when they called back to South Korea, they said he never boarded the plane to come to Fort Bliss, Texas.
Wow. All right, let me run the rest of this so you guys can see this, and then we're going to do some more conversations about this, because I'm not sure if the U.S. officials should get involved, but the problem is because Travis is an American, they kind of have to get involved.
A soldier.
Yeah, he's an American and he's a soldier. He's a double.
Right.
He's American and he's a soldier. So that kind of forces the hand of America. So let me go ahead and continue playing this.
So were you afraid? Did you think that they were going to start shooting?
I was afraid, yes.
While serving in South Korea, King had multiple run-ins with the law, according to local legal documents. Last September, he was accused of assaulting a man at a nightclub. And in a separate incident in October, police arrested him for assault. While sitting in a police car, King shouted insults at Koreans and Korean police, according to court documents. He also kicked the car, causing nearly $500 in damage. And he was just released after nearly 2 months in a South Korean prison, according to American officials who spoke anonymously to the Associated Press. His family back home in Wisconsin, distraught.
He had a father, but his dad was never around, so my sister took care of him, and then at the same time, he had to man up. So he want to take care of his mama, take care of his family. That's how I view my nephew. The family.
I want to say this. So it's kind of when I heard this relative speak, and he was like, he had to take care of his mother. He had to man up. He didn't have a father. That's one of the other things here. He did not have a father.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the issues that these young men are dealing with right now, with this displaced anger. I'm not saying that this is Travis, but I'm just speaking in general. It could be Travis. Displaced anger. They're upset because they probably did not have their father in their lives. And going throughout their whole life, they're not knowing how to handle their own life situations. And the sad part is his mother is there, which probably allegedly tried to do her best to raise him the best she could. But like this family member that just spoke says, he had to man up. So they're kind of like saying they're forcing him to take this role of being a man and providing for his mother. That's kind of what I got from what he just said.
Mm-hmm.
What, did you get something different?
Yeah, he was put in a role that he wasn't ready for.
Exactly. You're forcing him to do something. And they're probably saying, well, listen, you're not, maybe allegedly he wasn't even holding down a job.
Right. They said,
here in America.
The best thing for you to go in the military and make something out of yourself.
Get to the military. Get over there. They're going to train you. They're going to teach you, and you're going to learn, and you're going to get paid while you're learning. But you guys, they forced him to do something allegedly. But let's go back to the generalization of the young men being raised without their fathers, and then not having enough understanding to know that your mother is doing all she can. Now, mothers, here's where I come into, and I try to speak to the mothers and say this. Stop trying to put so much pressure on your young boys to take the place of the men that left you.
Mm-hmm.
Stop doing that, because that is what's hurting these young boys. They are trying to take the place and take on the role of being your man in your life, and they are not your man. They are your sons. Stop forcing them. This is why so many of our young boys are going astray. This is why their minds are so discombobulated. This is why they have so much pent up anger, because the mothers are trying to have the young boys to be replaced as their men in their home. And they even say that, like the family member just said. He just said it. He said you had to man up and take care of your mother. Your mother needs to take care of herself. I'm not saying that children should not help their parents, but parents, stop trying to think that just because your children are come of an adult age, that they have to take care of you.
Hallelujah.
You were the adult first, and you should be in a position to take care of yourself. And if you're not in a position to take care of yourself, then don't force your children, but be grateful when they do offer to give you some assistance. These young boys are your young boys. They are not your husbands or your men. That's all I got to say from a woman's point of view.
You're right on point.
I mean, talk to me. What do you think?
Yeah, you're right on point. Yeah, these young men, they don't have no figures, to be doing some of the things that they want to do, and they're not capable. So they're just still young and trying to learn like everybody else.
They don't even know how to clean their behinds real good. But you talking about go out and get a paycheck and bring it to me because I'm your mama. You are hurting this generation. And thank you, Holy Spirit, you're also not teaching them how to take care of their own, because what you are telling them to do, they may do the same thing to their kid. And that's how these generational things happen. Mm-hmm. They don't become a curse. They become an action first. One person does it, and then they taught, well, my mama did this, so I'm going to do it to you. And this is the way this family rolls. No. That's wrong. Hey, Latoya. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm just getting over these comments. Hey, girl. Hey. She says, good morning, Clovis, and my beautiful sis. Thank you, girl.
Thank
you.
Tammy.
Hey, Tammy.
What up?
Listen, I was praying over your Instagrams and all that stuff, girl. Tammy said, truth. Bingo. Yeah, thank you, Tammy. We got to help these young boys. We got to, not even only the young boys, the young girls, too. Parents have to be the parents. Your parent role does not diminish, but it does not mean because your child comes of a certain age that they have to take care of you. Mm-hmm. It is an honor for a young child to grow up and be able to take care of their parent, but it should not be something that's forced.
Right.
Thank you, Latoya. She's saying facts. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's get back to the rest of this video here. And then we're going to continue talking about Travis King and his situation.
It's hurt because of this. His mother is very upset. She talked to somebody yesterday and just asked them, could they just get her son out of there?
King was supposed to board a flight to the States for more military discipline. American soldiers even escorted King to the airport, but left him at his gate. According to Korean media, King was able to leave the airport after he said he had lost his passport. And that's when Private King managed to join a guided tour to the North Korean border and ran headlong into one of the world's most totalitarian regimes.
All right. So the other gentleman that's in there is saying his mother is really sad. She's really, she's upset about this whole thing. Now it gets me to thinking, does Travis even want to come back home? Because it sounds to me like Travis is like, deuces, I'm out. I don't even want to come back to America. I don't care about the rest of y'all family members, allegedly. I'm done with y'all.
You don't want to come back to face the consequences?
He don't want to face the consequences of the military, and he probably does not want to face the family.
Yeah, maybe embarrassment.
Not only embarrassment, but it sounds to me as there may be some unhappiness within the home. There may, it may, I don't know. It may be. Thank you, Tammy. She said this. She says, a lot of women are making sons surrogates. Oh, that part. We cannot do that. We cannot do that. Now, are his actions wrong? Yes, Travis' actions are very wrong for what he did, because not only did he put the military, the U.S. military in jeopardy, he put America in jeopardy.
Right.
America, a whole country in jeopardy because of his action.
I don't know if he was thinking about the consequences that's just going to cost each the country.
I don't think he was either.
He just was thinking about getting out of what he need to get out of. I think it's going to be a better place for him to go.
And you know what? Some people are saying that he's captured. Some people are saying he's not. But there are stories out here reporting that there was a van waiting for him, and the people saw him get in the van and drive not to South Korea, but drive back into North Korea, continue on in North Korea. So he had communications with somebody. This lets me think, were the people in the van, were they American or were they Korean? What's going on with that? And then it also makes me think, is Travis going to rebel because he's very angry, allegedly? Maybe he's very angry at the military. And is he going to try and rebel against the military? He has intel on where they're stationed and all that kind of stuff.
I'm pretty sure the North Korean know where we're stationed. I don't think
Yeah,
they
them
got
too.
intelligent agencies all over the place knowing. But they were saying that you don't. He's a private, so you don't have much knowledge of the ins and out of the military. So if he goes over there, and they start to drill him about stuff, you don't have too much to give him information to give him because he's not up in the higher ranking
Yeah.
soldier.
Well, there are some reports that are saying now that people are saying no concessions should be made for the U.S. soldier in North Korea. Some people are saying we shouldn't go looking for him. We should leave him there. We shouldn't take our time to try and use our resources to bring him back. Let me get this other video up so y'all can see this other one that the family member was still speaking. Let's get this one up. Let me share this one with you guys. Notice which one is this? U.S. Army, this one right here. All right, so here's another video of the family speaking. All right, so let's present this one on here.
I think something wrong with him. He ain't thinking clear. I don't think he was just ran out there like that. I can't see that. And my daughter said the same thing too. She said, that don't seem like my son, the way he came up with this and that, I would like to see him come back and they get him some medical help. I think that's what he needs, medical help, maybe the army just messed his head up out there. That's for me to say, his mama probably said the same thing. Because he never acted like that.
I don't understand why he would do that, because it seemed like he was on his way back here to the United States. He was on his way home. So it don't make no sense to me. Something just got to be going on in his head to make him feel like he need to stay there or whatever.
Now, the family, they're saying that there's something going on in his head. Now, if you remember, if you watched my previous video on this, the family said that Travis's 7-year-old cousin passed away, and Travis was not able to visit him while he was in the hospital because he was in Korea. So some of the family members and some of the articles are saying that they think that that took a real big toll on Travis mentally because the 7-year-old passed away in February of this year. But when you read the story and get more information about Travis incidents and outbursts and things started happening back in October. So some people are alleging that the 7-year-old, he was sick and that was taking a toll on Travis mentally as well. But it may add it to all of this. But again, I think it's more than just that. I think it's more than just that. And the family members here, the two young men here that are speaking, this one is his uncle and the other one, I forget his relationship, but that's a family member of his as well. They're saying, there's something that clicked, something happened. What happened? What happened? Why does he want to do this? But I would love to know the history of Travis before he went into the military.
Right.
I would love to know
That'd
that.
be good. Something to know.
Right. I would love to know the history of Travis. Was he in any trouble prior to going into the military? And that's one of the other reasons why maybe the family said, you're going to get to the military.
Get some discipline.
Get some discipline and be able to get some money and bring it back. Because a lot of family members do that. Let's talk about that part for a second. And then I'm going to run the rest of this video. Some of these families, they say, go to the military and bring your money back home to the family. And a lot of military people who are in the military do exactly that, because when they enter the military, they're young. When you were in the military, you were young.
Oh, yeah.
And you had to send money home to your mom, too.
Send money to my mom and send money to my bank account.
Yes. Yes. But, that's what a lot of people do. Your mom didn't take, all your money. You just did that because you wanted to help. That was out of your heart. But some parents kind of try and force the kids, give me your paycheck. I need to pay this rent. Or
because they know it's a steady income coming in.
That's right. That's right.
Every month you're going to be getting paid.
And that's the abuse of it.
Well, if you go to work or you're on a sick leave or something, you still go get paid.
Exactly. And there's a story I know of a mother who did that to her son. You know, hey, you need to pay this rent over here in America. You know, we need a place to stay over here. You know, instead of her going and getting her own job. Again, like Tammy said, women making their sons surrogates. All right, let's get back to this video, and then we'll continue. I've got a bunch of stuff I gotta get to work on, but let's go ahead and get back to this.
I don't know. We don't know what to think about it. From my knowledge, I just heard that he, I guess, got into a fight with some Koreans, and it's kind of hard, you know, believing that too. Like somebody had to push him to do that because he's not a violent type of person. He's really laid back. He's quiet. I know he's in a real bad place, a bad situation, and I'm hoping that they let him come home and he'll be back around his mama or get him some help or something like that. Just be back around his family. That's what I'm hoping.
Well, I understand they want to get him back home, but maybe after they find out, you know what? I even think from a mother's point of view, you still want your child home, no matter how bad or how rebellious your child is. To be in a whole nother country and you don't know where your child is, and to be in a country where you know there's some bad things that can happen over there to, you know, Americans and militaries and stuff. From a mother's point of view, I'll take on that. A mother's point of view, listen, I know that could be very tough for that mother and tough for the family members. But we also have to learn lessons from stories like this to be able to help the next person so that they don't end up like this. Parents, you have to have conversations with your kids. If there's not a young man, and it looks to me like there were two young men in his life, even though they said his father was not in his life, it still does not fill the void, but it is some form of comfort to the individual. But we need to start having more conversations with our young children, you know, and each other. Because like the uncle said on here, he said, you know, this is strange for him to do kind of stuff like this. You know, this is not his character. This, you know, but something transpired that causes, maybe it was hidden. Maybe you didn't know him as well as you thought you knew him. But something transpired. But we need to try and find ways to save our youth. We need to try and find ways to save, you know, our family members. But we also need to have the tough conversations with them. And when you see there's an issue, I would always suggest that instead of just saying, you know, you as a family talk, I would advise to seek professional counsel.
Yes, sir.
Professional counsel. Because sometimes when you have family communications, family meetings, the real person's voice and words they want to say doesn't always come out, because it's hard for these children to be able to come out to their family, especially their mother, and say, this is how I'm really feeling. Because as a child, you know, it's going to hurt your mom to say that, but inside, that's the way you're really feeling. So if you're not able to externally say that, it stays in and it boils up. And it can have an effect on that child's future. So Travis is out here in Korea somewhere, and I'm praying that he is still well, and I'm praying that he's sitting down and he may see the news stuff. I don't know how the news media is over there in Korea. I don't know if they show all this stuff that America is showing and vice versa. So. Yeah, he may not know that his name is trending right now. But if he does find and see that his name is trending, I would pray that Travis would turn from his wicked ways and come on back to America and deal with your family and deal with your consequences, but also ask for forgiveness for this whole thing and turn away from your ways. And just, you know, go the right path, because this could go left so bad.
Sure enough can.
It could go left so bad. And not only for him, but for the place of America and Korea. And we don't need more problems within, you know, countries because of one individual.
Right.
We do not need that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, they say right now maybe the North Koreans are interviewing him to see, you know, if what he's saying is, you know, for real, and if he's really want to stay over there or not. And then after that, if they decide this, you know, he's you know, good to them, then they might try to arrange something with the U.S. to release him, but at a cost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of these articles said a professional security and monitoring team had to be set up. An interpreter and a private vehicle driver and lodging had to be arranged. So they're saying this was something that was thought out very thoroughly, Travis. And it's sad because a lot of people, social media, y'all are funny. A lot of people, social media, they're like, we ain't praying for him. We ain't wasting our prayers. We ain't doing that. A lot of people are out there with these comments. But I would say this in your prayers. I would say pray that he
gets understanding.
Yes, that he gets understanding and that he remains alive. Because you don't want a life taken through this whole process as well. We want him to be able to learn from this and get back to doing what is right. Your family, also a learning lesson for the family too. Let the family also learn. Maybe the family was a little too hard on him. I don't know, but I'll pray that the family would get some healing also. And I'm praying for the mother's health, that the mother's health will be fine, because it could be a stressful time not knowing where your son is, hearing all the news reports, seeing your son's name on television. It could be a lot. It could be a lot for the family member. Look like the one family member is already dealing with some health issues. So you don't want more on the family member. Travis, I pray that you find a way to contact your mom, call your mom some kind of way, and let her know that you're okay. And if you choose not to come back to America, then we wish you well over in Korea. That's all I can really say. wish you well. Wish you well. Thank you, Tammy. Tammy said, Latoya, it's true, though, getting in the way of their son's relationships, not wanting anyone to come between them. Just messy. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, parents, you are the parents. And your sons are your sons, and they don't take the place of the men who are no longer in your life. Let your son have the son role, and you continue to have that mother role. And understand, we could raise our children up to be great people, or we can tear them down to be nobody good. I would not want to tear my child down in any way. Let's continue to try and get these children the help they need, and also mothers and fathers get the help that you need. But understand, everybody has a role in the house. Don't try and have somebody be a role that they're not comfortable in, or that the role does not fit them.
Amen.
All right. Y'all continue prayers for Travis and his family, you guys. And we'll come back with another story, because I got some more information on the girl in Dubai. Oh my goodness. I'll bring that back to you this evening. All right. So y'all click those notification bells. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, the Juice Radio and Talk Show, go over there to my YouTube channel or Facebook, all those, and subscribe today. Look for the red mug and microphone. You know you have the right one. Click that notification bell, because we've got so many other stories coming up. Thank y'all for watching today, and y'all have a blessed day and stay safe out there. All right. Love y'all for watching.
All right now.
Bye.
Adios.
A heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers who joined us for this video. If you have not already subscribed, go to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Subscribe and click on the notification bell to be alerted whenever we go live. Join our private Juice community. Go to www.thejuicecommunity.com and sign up for free. Join us, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. We have our Money Monday financial series. It is a lunch and learn program at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. Also on Monday, we have our reality series and hot topics at 7 p.m. Wednesdays, we have Bible study at 7:30 p.m. Thursdays, we have church news at 7:30 p.m. We also offer motivational moments, happy marriage lifestyle, news from a godly perspective, movie reviews, as well as our single moms club, Let's Talk Ex-Millennials, and of course, our Cooking with Clovis. Follow us on our podcast channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show Podcast, streaming on all podcast platforms. platforms. A great big thank you to our podcast production company, Noye Podcast Productions. They can help you create your own podcast also. Contact them today at houseofnoye.com. Thank you to our sponsor, Custom Apparel Shop. Have them complete your embroidery work and silk screening needs. Do you need a logo created for your fashion apparel or company? Contact Israel Mason today. That is 786-657-7501. Thank you to our main sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries. Truth and Triumph Ministries, a ministry that cares about telling people the truth so they can triumph in life. Thank you, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all you do.